Hello, thank you for joining me in this webinar about something which many doctors want to hear about, and that is, what are the most elite doctors at our group, consulting firm? What are they doing to be so successful? Doctors will call me and ask me that question so many times. They want to know. As you know, we have over 1,200 centers in 45 states, which we manage successfully. Some of these doctors have been with us for literally almost 3 decades. It's a long time. As a consultant since 1994, my job has been to help them succeed and grow exponentially. And many of them have done that. We have a group of close to 200 of them that are elite practitioners that are phenomenally successful. And for this, it makes a big difference. So, what are they doing? What are the key components that they are doing that we could share with you? And so what I've done is I prepared a list of the things that, the most important points from each one of them, some of them saying the points that they made that were critical in making them successful. And these are called the 7 best kept secrets from the nation's largest clinics. Because I often get calls from doctors who are complaining that their business is stagnating or currently experiencing downturns or facing other professional or even personal challenges which are difficult to handle. They're not sure. But then also, there are also other doctors who are not even really willing to admit that they have issues. This is even worse. Or that they are facing obstacles or troubles. Let me just say that sometimes in life, one must take a step backward in order to be able to move forward in the near future. That's just what you need. Think about this picture. Say I was standing right in front of a chair, and I wanted to jump over it. I wouldn't be able to, for the simple fact that I'm standing right now in front of it. But if I would take a few steps back, and I'd get a running start, then I could gain the momentum required to clear the chair and jump over it. The very fact that your business is going through some tough times or that you are stressing out needs to be addressed. Burying your head in the sand is not going to solve anything. I'm sure I don't have to emphasize to you that the true businessman is not a person who can only manage his affairs when conditions are favorable and things run smoothly and successfully. But it's more so, and even at that time, when he or she shows that they know how to cope with an occasional setback. You see, facing up to a challenge and adversity makes one person stronger and a more effective executive than before, with an added dimension of experience and a keener acumen to put to good use when things will begin to turn upward. Mark my word for it, that's what happens. Sometimes a temporary setback is just what it is, and it is needed for the resumption of the advance, and this with even greater vigor, as in the case of an athlete. He's having to negotiate a hurdle, and when stepping back, it means so that he can do a higher leap. He can, in other words, if you're a businessman and you're currently experiencing a challenge, I hope that you're taking the present difficulty, whatever it is, and you're taking it well in stride, in your own stride. You must know that this setback in your life is indeed serving a springboard for the great upturn and the days ahead. And I'm not speaking about why this happened. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant. What matters is what you do about it. What happened to everybody. Everybody experiences setback. Believe me, I've been there. I was in practice myself for close to 10 years before I became a consultant. And if you only heard some of the conversations I have with my doctors every single day, I handle sometimes between 30 to 40 calls in one day. And that's most of my days. Hundreds and thousands of issues are dealt with. But you know what? In life, it is critical for you to know and be aware at all times that at the core of every event or experience, including those that are to a certain extent, appearing to you wholly negative, there lies in there, in that moment, in that part, a divine spark of purpose. This idea, I promise you, will give birth to the notion that every fall has within it the potential of a subsequent rise. No question about it. Let me share with you these 7 best kept secrets, because I know you're waiting now and you want to know what are they saying. Well, number 1 is accepting responsibility. May sound easy, isn't it? But it's not. Accepting responsibility. I've always felt that it's a difficult concept, and I see it in my doctors. Accepting responsibility is one of the highest human forms of maturity. A willingness to be accountable, to put yourself on the line, and it's really the defining characteristic of adulthood that you're accepting. Anyone who's raised children knows how true this is. Just look at a baby during the first few years of life. Every gesture, every facial expression, every tentative word has one message for the baby's parents. But we know, as we grow up, we must be ready to cut the psychological umbilical cord and accept the responsibility. You know, it's interesting. Churchill said, responsibility is the price of greatness. And in my opinion, it's really a rather small price to pay, if you think about that. Here's number 2 from our successful doctors, something to remember. Increasing your value to the marketplace is critical. There are many doctors who make over $1 million per year, which is quite good. But why is that? Because they increase their value to the marketplace. You can learn to do the same. And this is how to climb this economic ladder that we have in this beautiful country of ours. Here's one of my mentors taught me. He said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. That bit of economic philosophy changed my life ever since I heard it. I learned a valuable lesson that success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. What you pursue usually eludes you like the butterfly that can't be quite caught at any given time. But if you want to be successful, you must attract success by developing the skills and the appropriate mindset to get you there. What you learn about the marketplace and its goods, services that you have to do, that's what's valuable. The key to having a successful clinic, a successful business, and getting very well paid for what you do is to develop very valuable skills. Learn these skills. Make yourself better. A stronger, more knowledgeable doctor. That makes a difference. Here's number 3 on our list. You have to know where you are going. You know what that means? That means that goals are important for a genuinely success-oriented person. Without them, you're just playing around. Despite everything that has been written about the importance of goal setting, interestingly enough, very few people actually put it into practice. It's always amazed me the way the average person devotes more thought and effort to planning his or her 2-week vacation for the family than to planning his professional life. Goals represent challenge in its most positive form. Leaders have their personal goals and the goals of their own organization. And all of this is clearly in their focus. In fact, one of the key principal responsibility of leadership is defining goals for the vast majority of the people who aren't doing it themselves. That's why they become the leaders. And that's something they need to do. Set goals. Know your goals. Work on them. And don't give them up. Here's number 4 on our list. You must learn to live with the right people and work with the right people. You have to build a successful team. You must build a successful team that will be reflected in the productivity. The ultimate test of a quality team is measurable progress in a reasonable amount of time. They asked Bill Gates, how did you become so successful? And you know what he said? He said, I surround myself with people who are smarter than me. That's what it takes. The team that works with you, the back spine of your office, the one that helps you become who you're going to become. Not a sleazy team. Not some team that's going to teach you how to steal or lie. And not some team that's going to help you undo all the philosophy and the concept that you've learned. I've seen that. I've seen other consultants and doctors and successful business people joining groups that are so unethical and that do anything and everything just to make another buck. That is not what we are speaking about here. One of the skills of leadership is to be upfront with your team and to do things with genuine integrity and to do what you do the best and expect them to produce the same as you. Don't let the surprises come later. Remember, building a good team will be one of your most challenging tasks as a leader. It will reap your multiple rewards for a long time to come. And this is something you need to pay attention to. Don't join the easy crowd. Don't join the crowd of people that just put a lot of fluff out there. And all they want is make more money, 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 money. That's not what it's all about. Life is not how much you accumulate. Life is the person you become. The changes that you can make in this world and how you can affect the world to become a better place than it is than when you first got here. That's what life is all about. Money comes and goes. You'll make a lot, but you'll lose a lot. So what? At the end of the day, what does that make you? A rich man, a poor man? No. It just makes you a businessman. To be a true, purposeful human being, you have to watch what you're doing. So here's number 5 on our list. You have to track your progress. You have to track what you're doing. I believe there are ways of evaluating your goals, just as there are ways of measuring, for instance, the depth of tread on a tire or the amount of gasoline that's left in the car. To utilize these techniques, all you need to do is to have a commitment to be truly honest with yourself. Don't fool yourself and don't fool others. At first, this kind of brutal honesty may be painful, but you must realize that true achievement is unlikely unless you pay attention and you pay the necessary price. If you're not successful, say it. If you don't have what you have because you didn't get it, admit it. If you're not where you would like it to be, or your dreams have not yet met their person, not reached your goals, not aimed at the way that you wanted to, not accomplished what you felt was necessary by this time, admit it. And just say, I messed up. That's all. That's all you have to say. I messed up. Those 3 words will save you. Like it says, truth will set you free. And walk away. And make the changes. Here's number 6 on our list. Face your fears and head on with them. Head on. There are 2 techniques to build your courage. Number 1 is put all the remote possibilities out of your mind. Don't worry about things you have no control over. Don't. It's not there. Why should you worry about them? It was a famous basketball player, and it was at the last shot that he was going to make. I think it was Magic Johnson. I don't remember. But they asked him, and it was literally on the pinnacle of his career. It was the end of it. And he went ahead and threw the ball. And they asked him, that last moment, were you worried about it? How did you feel? You know what he said? Greatest thing. He said, why should I worry about something that didn't happen? Why would you worry about something that hasn't happened? Don't spend your time thinking about all the bad things that are going to happen to you. Don't spend your time plotting and planning ways to make sure these things will never happen. Courageous people don't worry about things that are out of their control or things that are unlikely to happen. They concentrate on what they can control. Here's number 2. Face your fears before you start anything. Imagine a difficult situation and make sure you imagine them before they occur. Make a list of the worst that could happen. And you'll probably see that the situation is not so bad after all. Once you face your fear, you can move on. Once you've figured out the worst that could possibly happen, you'll see that you have the inner strength to deal with it. And if the worst case scenario comes about, guess what? Here's the best part of that. If you looked at the possibility beforehand, all of them, you'll probably never be faced with the situation at all. Why? Because you've already thought it through. So by contemplating what might happen, you've charted your course to make sure that it does not. Here's a good phrase to always remember. You must always find the way to feed your dreams and starve your fears. I've lived with this motto for years, and I never let this happen to me. And trust me, as I have said in many other of these webinars and videos and lectures, I have gone through so much. Everything from investigations to lawsuits, from problems to issues, from everything you can think of. And guess what? They all went away because they only last a certain amount of time. And you learn, and you grow, and you become stronger, wiser, better, and you learn from that. So here's number 7 on our list. You have to fortify your ambitions. Ambition is an eager desire to succeed. Desire is what you want for yourself. A bigger house, a better car, a healthier bank account, a better life. Ambition is how you get them. That's how you get there. Desire is something sometimes healthy, sometimes not healthy. Desire might lead you to want the largest clinic in town. The destructive side of the desire might urge you to aggressively attack all the other clinics in your town so you could become the bigger. I guess that's one way to do it. But pretty soon, you're no longer known as a builder. You're known as a destroyer. The second way is to have the largest clinic in town, is to go through all the steps to get there. You see it, you dream it, you plan it, and you put your team on it, and you work on it. My advice is to do it the right way. Have the ambition to be the owner of the largest clinic in town, but go through all of the right steps to get there. If you really want it, if you have the skills to do it, and the patience to weather all of the storms, your ambition will lead you there. Having the ambition to do it takes some time, but it will get you there. And it'll get you where the good is to go for you. Ambition is creative and it's constructive. Ambition is an expression. It's something inside of you that you want to express in a positive way. That's something that you can go through, something you should have. And it's based on honesty, truth, and integrity. It's based on the things that you should have. To try to desire something just because and move around all these other ways, not good. And again, look around you. Some of the people you know, some of the leaders, some of the coaches, some of the consultants, some of the companies, some of the other doctors or other business people that you're dealing with. Are they going after desires or ambitions? And are they doing it for the right reason or the wrong reason? Is it helping you or is it helping them? It's one of the things which I pride myself with as a consultant is every time a doctor calls me, I don't think about what will be my benefit or my security, but really what will do it for them. How will it help them become better? How will it help them have a better success? These are the 7 best kept secrets from some of my clients who own and manage some of the largest clinics in the country. I'm sure you have dreams of accomplishment, great things, and all kinds of things that you want to do. So ask yourself, if you are ambitious enough to realize these dreams, is this what you want? If so, are your dreams strong enough to pull you toward your future? Are they vivid enough to enable you to see the end result? Are they worthy of doing what you need to do until you get there? And as always, as I've said, I wish all the best for you. And I wish the best and look forward to hearing good news above and beyond. So let's make it happen. And God bless you in everything that you do. Thank you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell to get my latest update.